All right, guys, thank you. So yeah, my name's Ryan. I like to run these things quite casual. So if you have questions along the way, just raise your hand. We'll go through it. Okay. I'm happy to explain stuff. There is a few bits where I will want some engagement for you because I want to gauge where you guys are at, so I can best help you guys where you're at. Okay. We have a fair bit to cover. Okay. And I've tried to keep it as simple as possible without as much jargon as possible. Okay. Sound good? Excellent. Cool beans. So I've titled this Strength Training for Swimmers 101. I was going to call it Strength Training for Swimmers or Strength Training for Dummies for Swimmers or something like that, but 101 just worked better. Next one. So just a little bit about formidable strength and conditioning, or swimming strong as we're soon to become. Our mission is to give swimmers the greatest opportunity to perform in the water. Okay, we do that through our work with guys at super high levels, world record holders, all the way down to junior swimmers. We do that through our coaching program that is through Perth City Swimming Club, and we also do that through our S&C with Formidable. Okay?
By the way, you're all members of the Perth.
Yes, very sorry about that automation breakdown. Okay? So that's our mission. We do that through a number of ways: S&C, nutrition, mindset training, goal setting, and obviously in the water work as well. Okay? Sound good? All right, this is a little overview of our stats over the last 10 years. So over the last 10 years, we've helped over 100 people qualify for nationals. We've got at least 35 medalists at a national level, and we've helped 4 people achieve, well, we've achieved 4 world records through 2 swimmers. Okay? So we have a fairly good scale of things from the real top end, like the best in the world, all the way to guys who are just, like a lot of these guys made nationals and that was it for them, and that was what their goal was. Does that make sense? Any of you guys looking to get national times or try and get to nationals at some point? 100%. So S&C training for you guys at some stage is not going to be an option. You're going to have to do it. Okay? I say that not as someone who's very biased for S&C, that I am. Okay? But for someone who has seen the benefits that it can get you guys in terms of your ability to be physically stronger than everyone else and apply that into the water and get faster. The idea of swimming is to be faster than the other people next to you, right? So this is something that can really help. Okay? All right, this is where I want to know a little bit about you guys and where you guys are at. Okay, so what have you guys heard about strength training for swimmers before? Anything? Yo. It's good? Excellent, because when I first started, everyone thought it was bad. So that's a great thing to hear. Anything else? No one's ever heard anything about doing strength training for swimming or strength training in general. Yeah.
That it can help you tweak your tendons and muscles for swimming?
Yeah, tweak is an interesting way to call it, but yes, indeed it can. Yeah.
You can get stronger.
That would be ideal. Yep, good.
Well, I do a lot of strength training for running, and that really helps me. So
For running?
yeah,
100%. Yeah, good. Yeah, helps reduce your injury risk. Yeah, 100%. Same one. Anything else? Is that a scratch of the head, or you? Nah, to put it down as quickly as possible.
Less injuries?
Less injuries, yeah. So the way that I like to think of my S&C program, and it's good that you guys, it seems that there's definitely a big shift, because the more and more, every year I do a presentation and more people have got more positive things to say about S&C, especially younger guys. It used to be very much, I'd get up here and everyone would still think that it would, stunt your growth, cause more injuries than anything else, and put you guys in bad positions and make you slow. So it's good to hear you guys say good things about it, okay? Realistically, what we are looking to do as an S&C provider, our number one core function is to keep you guys in the water as much as possible, okay? So that's reducing your chances of injury, number one, okay? Okay, that's our number one priority, okay? And then it's all about performance coming from there. Does that make sense to you guys? It's very hard to get good at swimming if you're not swimming. Okay? Pretty tricky. All right? Cool. All right, so these are some of the things that we used to have to deal with, okay? So strength training will make you heavy. Building muscle will slow you down. You need to do exercises that replicate the actual stroke itself, okay? Gym causes injuries. You just need to do body weight exercises. And anything else that you guys have heard? Does that spark anything? No? Good. So let's talk about the first one. Why do you think that people may have thought that strength training will make you heavy? Yeah.
Because when you get more muscle, like the muscles build on your weight.
Yes, so muscle, if you increase your muscle mass, you increase your weight. But what do you think also happens if you increase your muscle?
You lose fat.
What was that?
You lose fat.
Can do?
You need more calories.
Yes. You get stronger. Okay? And we're always looking to tip the balance, if that makes sense. So we're always looking to try and get stronger than we are heavier. Does that make sense? So yes, if you have more muscle mass, it will help you lose weight. Okay? More muscle mass helps you lose weight, and then you need more calories. Who said that? Very insightful. Good job. Okay? That will mean you need more calories, but the main thing is it will make you stronger. If you get stronger, you have more potential to get faster in the water. Why?
Because you can do your strokes faster and
Yeah, you can apply more force to the water. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay? If you become stronger, you will be able to use that strength in the water better. Yes?
When you say strength training, do you also mean like fitness training as well?
In terms of what, like actual cardio? No, because you guys do, how many sessions do you guys do? Who does 2 sessions a week in the water? Yeah? Who does 3? 4? 5? Anyone on 6? Anyone over 6? Yeah? Cool. So there's a couple of you guys. So a lot of you guys are doing 2s and stuff like that. That's good. Okay? Getting started on your swimming journey. Okay? You're doing a fair bit in the water as it is, right? That's in there is pretty much aerobic. You're looking at heart rate zones. You're looking at energy systems. When we're in the gym, we're looking to max output of muscle contraction. So how much you can do in your arms and your legs and stuff like that. Does that make sense? Cool. Anything else? Cool? Excellent. Building muscle will slow you down. It's very similar to what we just talked about. Has anyone seen before people doing exercises and making them look like swimming? Or trying to make them look like swimming? Yeah. What have you seen? Yeah, kicking with your legs, and you might have like a band out and stuff like that. You got band between your ankles or something. Yeah, the biggest, most common one is when you've got guys who've got like a ferroband or like a band or something, and they'll be like this, and they'll be trying to get exactly onto the stroke, and they'll be doing a lot of reps of that. Has anyone seen that before? Yep, not terrible things. Okay, I'm very much that it's not terrible, it's not great. It could be bad, it could not be bad. It depends on your context, okay, or how you're applying it. But for it to transfer, it doesn't have to be very specific. Does that make sense? It's all about creating opportunity for the tendons and the ligaments to be able to hold your joints and your arms and your legs in position so you can then apply the force. Does that make sense, or is that a little bit too much? Sounds good? We're good. Cool. What's my next one? Yep, covered that. And we've covered that. In terms of injuries, okay, the gym can get you hurt, okay? It is an environment where you could potentially injure yourself, okay? But it's no more dangerous than you go and play footy, and it's no more dangerous than you swimming, okay? There's a fair few reasons for that. Your body gets injured based on things where your body... Injuries tend to happen when there is more stress than your body can handle being put on it. Does that make sense? That could be done through a high amount of repetitions, okay? It can be done through an overload of weight. Does that make sense? It could be from anything. It could be because you're too stressed at school. It could be because your nutrition isn't right. It could be because you didn't sleep enough. Does that make sense? So trying to go, okay, the gym will injure you is a very poor way of looking at things. Does that make sense? Because it is no difference necessarily between you just doing gym training and you just doing swim training. In fact, there's a lot more evidence to say that you doing an S&C program that is structured and tailored and has great progressive overload, okay, what's that word down there? What means we gently get more and more and more as we get used to it. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay? There's much more evidence to say that will help you reduce your chances of injury than it will anything else, as long as you're doing it in the right ways, like everything. Sound good? Any questions on any of those things? Nah, we're still good. Awesome, cool beans. All right, so these are my kind of 3 things that you guys need to focus on. Okay? Like I said before, the first one is the sport itself. Okay? Your number 1 priority is making sure that you can swim, you can do as many swimming sessions as you can. Does that make sense? As I said before, it's very hard to get good at swimming if you're not swimming. Okay? And my job generally is to make sure that you can go swimming more. Sound good? Any questions on that? It's pretty easy stuff. Good. My second one is strength training, or something that we're going to cover in a second. Okay? And my third one is your eat, sleep, hydrate. Okay? Who gets 8 hours of sleep a night? Yes, how are you good? Baby, when do you go to bed? When do you get up? You're good. You're good. Does anyone know why you need to get 8 hours of sleep? Yep, go for it.
To give your body a chance to recover from the day's work.
100%? Yep.
Doesn't it let your mind go on stuff that's not focusing on what you're actually doing in the moment? Like, doesn't that let you process your memories and stuff?
It is, yes. But, yep, it is, 100%. It wasn't in the context of what I was trying to say, but yes, it is 100%. Anyone else? Sleep is important because that is when you guys get your opportunity to not be as fatigued as you were before. Sleep is the number 1 way to recover. Okay? And getting enough of that sleep is critical for you to recover properly, especially if you're doing more training. Make sense? Yeah? Not too complicated? Okay? Why is what you eat important? Yep.
Because if you're in the water and you're doing lots of training and you don't eat enough, then you're just burning muscle.
100%. Well, you could be burning muscle. Yeah, you could be. Not necessarily 100%, but you could do that. If you don't eat enough, yeah, if food is your energy source, okay, if you don't eat enough, what do you not have enough of? Energy. If you do not have enough energy, what may happen?
You could
Yep, lack of concentration, slowing down, feeling lethargic. It also means that you can't recover and then increases your chance of injury. Does that make sense? Yes?
different foods have different effects on your body, so you need to balance it out with different sorts of foods.
Yes, you do. I won't go any deeper into that because I'm not a nutritionist, but that's 100% correct. Next one. Anyone else? Yep, you again?
Like, is healthy food, your body has more energy and it lasts longer than
Sometimes, yeah. Some of the most unhealthy food in the world has the most energy in it. This can be dense. Doesn't mean eat it because you can't use it, okay? Keep it nice, but yeah, kind of. All right, and why hydration? Why is that important?
because it's kind of like food, except it keeps your body filmed.
It does, yes. Good, you need it, yep.
Because you can live without food, but you can't live without water. You can't live without food.
Not 100% true, but I understand what you're saying. You will die quicker from not having enough water than you will from not enough food, yes. In terms of the context of sport, however, and not life and death scenarios, we're probably thinking that if we don't have enough hydration in us, okay, your body is like 80% water, okay. If you're dehydrated, you don't have enough water, think of your joints and your blood flows and stuff like that as needing to be hydrated so they don't overwork and aren't lubricated. Think about a car who doesn't have enough oil in it, okay? Starts getting squeaky. Make sense? So hydration, very good. Keeps you mentally switched on, makes you work. Strength training. Now, we've talked a lot about it in a little bits and bobs, okay? Strength training is important for what reasons? As we've already mentioned. Injury prevention, maximize performance, anything else? Nah, good. That's pretty much the main 2 that I like to talk about. What was that? Fun. Fun is fun. I do like fun. Well, it brings us on to our next bit. This is how, for my junior athletes, okay, so guys from, under 10 to maybe 14 years of age, these are the 3 things we focus on. okay? We're not focusing on certain exercises. We're not thinking on other things like that. What we are thinking about is shoulders to hips, how we can be as consistent as possible, and how we can make it enjoyable, okay? Why is making it enjoyable a good idea? Yep, just shout. Yeah, and if it's boring, do you want to do it? Nah. We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, you need to make it fun. You need to enjoy stuff, right? You're more likely to do stuff more regularly and be more consistent if it's more enjoyable, right? What are some really good ways to make it fun? Yep. Yep. Tunes are a vibe. Do it with your mates. Yep. Have games. Yep. Competition. Yeah, they're probably my 4 things. Well, music I wouldn't have put up there, but yeah, I like music too. So training without music is pretty boring. So guys, it's really important you, if you're doing your S&C work in whatever way that you guys can, if that's in a gym or on dry land, that you're trying to make it fun, okay? Doing it with others is a great way to keep yourself not only accountable, but to enjoy it and push each other, okay? And helps drive competition. So I fully recommend that you guys do it in groups. Although I do not do one-on-ones for that reason. I only do group work. Okay? I only work with up to like we go 1 to 9. Okay? For that exact reason. Because training one-on-one in the gym makes me bored, so I can't imagine how boring the athletes must be. Okay? Sound good? And I'm pretty entertaining. So if I'm getting bored, they're getting bored. It's a bit of a bad time. Why is being consistent important? Yeah, okay, over there again. You put your hand up and then you put it down. Blue jumper, what's your name? Amelia, what do you think? You forgot? Okay.
You could actually, it takes a long time to actually build muscles, so if you be consistent, it'll take a while, but you'll start building muscle.
100%. Yep. Yep.
You get into the routine of doing it, so it's more natural when you have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, good answer. Yep.
You lose all the work that you did if you're not consistent.
Within reason. Yeah.
So it's like achieve goals if you're more consistent.
Yeah, so consistency is important, okay, for all those reasons. You guys are spot on, okay? You're making my life really easy. Being consistent is super easy, mainly because the more you do something, the more likely you are to get better at it. The more likely you are to form habits around it, okay? The more likely you are to keep progressing forwards and not go backwards, okay? That'll make very much sense to you guys, yeah? Because consistency is really important. Consistency in your effort at training, consistency in you attending at training, consistency of you doing things, okay? And how you do it is very important. We talk a lot with my athletes about, because they're all very committed people and they're very much always going to turn up to training, but when they get to training, sometimes they can be inconsistent in their training and their application of effort at the session. So we do a lot of work in terms of talking to them about how can we make sure that we are turning up and being consistently at a high enough level for us to get where we want to go. Does that make sense? So consistency of effort at the task itself is just as important as turning up. But you first got to turn up. Sound good? Excellent. Cool. And shoulders to hips. Who wants to have a guess about this one? Yeah, why not?
Like you got to stretch from all the way from your shoulders to hips, and like from everywhere.
What do you mean for stretching?
Like do exercises like that's the main part.
Yep.
Like it's got your thighs all kind of and your arms.
Yep. Kind of, yep.
Maybe a very important place to strengthen and get stronger at.
Yes, indeed. Yep.
Where your ribs are.
It's where your ribs are? It is indeed where your ribs are. Not wrong. Yep.
You're more likely in those spaces like when swimming and stuff, or weaker places.
No, not really, but it does lead to injury. Like there is an injury component of it. Yeah.
You pull with your shoulders and kick with your hips.
You can do. Indeed, you can. Over there. You guys had a hand up. There's a hand over there. No? Put it down again. Parents want to give it a go? No. What was that?
Large muscle groups.
Yeah, big muscle groups is a big one. So In terms of your shoulders to hips, we are talking about everything from there and there in. Does that make sense? Okay? So if I was going to cut your legs off and cut your arms off, that's the area that we're talking about. Okay? We're not talking about outside of that right now. Okay? Does that make it more clear of what we're talking about? Excellent. Okay? Why is that? Why would you think that is important other than the reasons we just said? Have you got anything? Has that made any more thoughts come through? No? Cool. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So realistically, why we need to make sure the muscles from here to there are super strong, okay, is because without these muscles from here to here, okay, these muscles here and here are super ineffective. Okay? Everyone's probably heard about training your core and how important core training is. Okay, where do you guys think your core is? Yeah, go for it, shout it out. Abs, that would be a part, yep. Yep, I guess so, yep. Yep, your gut. Cool, we are very much in this area here, aren't we? Just here, yeah? Yep, we're still staying in this area, cool. Your core, by my definition, and the definition of people that matter, is from there to there, on both sides of your body. Every single one of you have only talked about this part here. Okay? This part from here to here, okay, realistically, doesn't do a hell of a lot apart from that. Does that make sense? Okay? You've got all these muscles around here that stop you from doing that, do that, all these other movements. Does that make sense? You've got muscles that are going to attach here and attach down there, okay, that are going to help you if you kick your leg like this, make sure that you don't go like that. Does that make sense? Okay? So what I would love for you guys to get out of this is to make sure that you understand your definition of core changes from like the things that look good out the front of your body to thinking about, you know, pecs, lats, your back, okay, all the way down to your hip flexors. So from here all the way to there. Does that make sense? Okay? Anyone have a guess of why and what those kind of muscles do? Yep.
To propel you faster in the water?
Yep, they would, yeah.
Like to work with all your other muscles to like help.
Yep.
Bicep curls and crunches.
What about bicep curls and crunches?
As in like muscle around here and here.
Bicep curls are those ones.
Yeah, no, but also bench press.
Yeah, bench press is fine. Not so much exercises. I'm a little bit... Come up here. You can be my test dummy. What's your name?
Grayson.
Grayson. Sweet. Face that way, Grayson. Everyone, this is Grayson. Does everyone know who Grayson is? Excellent. Wicked. Thank you. Sorry for patting you on the head. That was a bit weird. Face that way for me. Put your arm up. Up in the air. Both of them for me. Up in the air. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is go into a catch position for me. Like that. Catch position. Like you're going to grab the water.
Yeah.
Yep. And then pull down. Cool. Does everyone see that? What happened? Now, how does a catch position supposed to look for you guys? Do you know that? Like that, yeah. So, if you're going to do a catch position properly, you'd be up here. Okay? There, and pull, and there's a bit of twist there, right? Okay? If we don't have strength through this part here, what's going to happen? Yeah, you're going to have a pretty rubbish pull. All the muscles, all the bicep curls that you do, okay, are going to be pretty bloody useless. Okay? Arm up. Tuck your arm. Now pull your shoulder in. No. Reach up as high as you can with both arms. Like that. Reach. Now pull your shoulders down. Don't bend your arms. Nah. Pull your shoulder. Don't bend your arms. Pull your shoulders down.
How do I do that?
Well, I'll show you. Go sit down. Arms above your head, everybody. Reach. Okay, feel that? You should feel a stretch. You should feel like here, yeah? What did we talk about before? Everything from your shoulders down, right? Does that fit into that picture? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah? Now what I want you to do not bend your elbows and pull your shoulders down. Where do you feel it lock up? Where do you feel the tension? These bits, yeah? Who feels these bad boys when they swim? Yeah, good, you're probably doing it right then. Yeah? Anyone else? Does anyone else feel these things work? Yeah? Cool. This is the easiest way for you guys to reduce your shoulder injuries and to increase your performance in your pool. Okay, across all pool strokes. Okay? Just by you being able to lift your arm up above your head as high as you can. Okay? And then be able to pull that down and hold it and then get into that position there. Does that make sense? Everyone do it up here. Now, we're going to forget everything I just said. Okay? Reach up as high as you can. Tuck your fingers down. And then do that. Feels pretty weak, doesn't it? Yeah? Pretty floppy? Not too good. Yeah? Don't feel any of your body engaged. Up tall. Nice and high. Stretch, 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 stretch. Pull your shoulders down for me. Tuck your fingers. Bring your elbows up. And then pull down. Elbows down, pull that, and feel that work through there. Does that feel right? Okay? Now, you can't do that if this bit here, in this shoulder down section, isn't strong. Okay? Who has seen lots of swimmers do pull-ups? Yeah? It seems to be a very common exercise for every swimmer to do. Everyone loves to do a pull-up. Yeah? What people forget about the pull-up is that if you don't do what we just talked about then, you're not doing anything of purpose. Does that make sense? Okay? If the idea of our pull stroke is to get us to have our shoulder up, pull our shoulder down, and then be able to pull, so we can actually work the big muscles in our trunk to get more power, okay? If you're doing a pull-up, and who's seen people do pull-ups like this? Yeah? Where their shoulders stay all nice and high. Do you think their big muscles in their trunk are on? Do you think they're getting much out of that? Do you think they're just getting a bit of a bicep pump? Yeah, they are. They're not getting much out of that, are they? And it's very hard to transfer that into the water. Okay? Or you're transferring the wrong thing. Okay? Does that make sense to you guys? Sound good? Everyone understand what working shoulder to hips now kind of means? Thank you, Siri. I don't know why that happened. Anyway, that make more sense. Okay? Now, taking it a step further. Okay? Say that we've got this connection here and we're pulling. Okay? And that's nice and strong. Okay? But when we pull, we do this. Okay? What do you think's happened there? Shoulders good. Look at the rest of my body. I've got my butt out here. Okay? If we think about swimming as something where we've got to decrease the amount of resistance we have to go fast, does that make sense to you guys? You want to be as efficient in the water as possible. You want to go straight line, right? If you do that, you get that lovely lock on there, and then you pull that. But because you pull that, that sticks out like that. Do you think that's going to be very good? Nah. So you've got to be able to teach your body to be able to hold that position. So when you're here and up, you can pull, because if you do that, feel what happens there. This turns off again. Does that make sense? So that's why being able to hold our trunks nice and still here, okay, and not allow it to do this when we don't want it to, is super important. Does that make sense? Or is that a step too far? You all good? Sound good? Excellent. Any questions? Go for it. Nothing at all. Yes?
Is there a limit how much strength training you should do?
We'll get into that later. Is that okay? Any other questions about this kind of stuff here?
When you say be consistent, how many days is ideal?
A week.
A week.
How many times a week?
4 or 5.
It very much depends. We'll get into that in a second. Anything else? I'm liking these questions. You're thinking about the next step of my PowerPoint, which shows my PowerPoint has got good flow to it. Anything else, or can we move on to the next stage of my PowerPoint? Cool. Please say it's the next one. Yes! Nailed it. All right, so a lot of you guys are asking about consistency now, okay? I've seen this done a million different ways, okay? How many times people go to the gym, how many times people do dryland exercises, all of those kind of things, and I've seen all of them work, okay? This is what we do at Formidable, okay? This is what we do. This is what worked really well with our athletes that are specifically with us, and we know their training loads in the water, okay? Does that make sense? Because it's very important that we know how much swimming the athlete is doing before we make assumptions about how much dryland work they can do. Does anyone know why? 100%. You're a smart cookie. When you're older, come find me for a job, okay? Yeah, you're smarter than most of my interns. That's great. Good job, okay? Anything else? No? Nothing? Nada? Realistically, you only have so much capacity in a week, okay, before your body starts doing stuff and it doesn't recover. What happens if you don't recover? Yes? Injury, overtraining conditions, sickness, tired, fatigue, and then what happens? You die? What? What?
You break a bone.
Yeah, maybe not, but
You're weak.
more susceptible to injury. What happens if you get sick, injured? No swimming. What's the number one thing that we had to get you guys to do?
Swim.
Yeah, look at this. This presentation is working exactly how I planned. Okay? So this is why this is a guide that we use based on the capacities that my athletes currently have. Okay? Because if you guys are only swimming 3 times a week, you may have capacity to do more. But if you're only swimming 3 times a week, but you're also doing two things of netball and 2 things of basketball and surf club and everything else, that's a lot of stuff that you're doing, right? You only have so much capacity to do things. That makes sense? We're still on board. Excellent. So if I have a say, yep.
If we went to do school, like work, would we probably do more sessions like when older, school?
If you want to do schoolwork,
Like if we don't do schoolwork and like we don't go to school and like when we're older, would we do more training sessions?
like when you finish school or when you're going to high school and you just don't want to go to school?
No, when you finish school.
When you finish school? Can do, it depends. Yep.
How many swim training sessions would be ideal for someone who has other sports on?
I don't want to get in trouble, but I'll tell you what we do. I'll tell you what, like, for context, and this is why you all got the you've joined City of Perth Swimming Club email. I'm sorry about that. You haven't joined the club unless you want to join the club, but that's a completely other discussion. Okay? What we do at City, we have our juniors doing 3 1-hour sessions a week. Okay? Our age group guys do 6, and our open guys can do however many Owen thinks he wants them in there for. Okay? So we only do 3 1 hours for our juniors. And that's probably a lot less than most programs, but we do that because we want to make sure that people are able to do their other sports. Does that help your questioning? I don't want to put anyone in a bad position, but that's what we do. Yep. I don't know, mate. That's different. It does. 100% affects it because you're doing something else. Even if it's swimming-ish, you're doing something else, right? So you've got to consider that. That make sense? All right. So with a gym program, 2 45 to 60-minute sessions of a full-body strength training program. And the focuses that we use for those guys would be on making sure they can get in all the positions as possible. So that's their range of motion. Their breathing, what is your easiest form of core exercise and the most neglected. Trunk strength, and then joint stability. All those things that we've kind of touched on during this presentation today. Sound good? Cool. If you do not have access to a gym, what at your age, a lot of you probably won't, okay? And that's absolutely fine. This is what we can do instead, okay? We have 10 to 15 minutes of dryland warm-ups every session. I saw you guys doing a dryland warm-up out there, what was great, okay? And in that dryland session, we do range of motion work, breathing, trunk and joint stability work. okay? And I will generally keep the exact same one, like the program stays exactly the same for every single session you do for about 5 to 10 weeks, depending on what we're doing. Does that make sense? And it is more important for you guys to have kind of probably this side of things than it probably would be for this one if you guys are like, 10 and under. Who's the youngest in the room? How old are you? 8, 9, 10. Yeah, cool. A lot of 10-year-olds. 11, 12, 13? Any 14-year-olds? 15, 16? Yeah, sweet, cool. So you all get older as you go, yeah? How old are you?
20.
Oh!
Soon I'll be 60.
Bloody Benjamin Button over here. Okay, guys, so back to this bit. And that's a very effective way of getting enough of the things in. How many times do you guys do a training session in the water? 3 times. That means you get at least potentially 30 to 45 minutes a week in of some very core things that we needed you to get done. Does that make sense? Yep.
For like the gym program,
God.
you mentioned doing the warm up before the session. Is that still? Do you still do a warm up if you do the strength and conditioning, or do you still focus on like?
You do that one.
No, but do you do both?
Ha ha! But what would be the best solution? To do both. Mate, this has worked out well. Okay? And this is what the guys who work with me do. They will do this before every single session they do, including their gym. So that could be, say, for like Max Coton, for example, he's doing 8 sessions in the water and he does 2 with me, potentially 3 if we manage to free up his uni timetable a little bit more. So that's a lot of sessions. That's over 10 sessions a week where he is hitting these very key things that he needs to do to keep him swimming in the water and feeling good and getting stronger in key areas, okay? Does that make sense? While he is doing a gym program, okay? That's the best combo, okay? But I understand the realities of the world. So if you can't do that, or if you can't do the gym program, make sure you're getting something like that in and you're very consistent and you're getting the right things done, okay? Things that you would like to focus on, okay, that I saw you guys doing. External rotation stuff, your shoulder stuff, internal, external rotation. If you guys know how to do breathing properly, do that because that's your biggest bang for your buck in terms of your ability to get trunk stability. Okay, so inhaling and not just breathing through your shoulders, getting full expansion in your breath. Okay, range of motion stuff that is specific to you guys and your needs. If you're very floppy, do you think you need range of motion work? Do ya? If you could get yourself into every position and you're very floppy, yeah, and every time, what?
When you say properly, do you mean like flexible?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you're a very flexible person, do you need more flexibility? Nah. Nah. Don't do it. Okay? Just like if someone is not flexible, do you think they need it? Yes. It's about what you need as an athlete, not what necessarily is what someone thinks everyone should be doing. Okay? Does that make more sense? If you are less flexible, you'll probably need less stability work. Why?
Because your muscles are all stretched and already working.
No. Yeah, because you're just easier, you just have more stability in your joints already. Does that make sense? Because you don't have as much laxity in your shoulders or your hips and stuff like that. Okay, so that would mean you'd have to do it because you need to be able to get yourself into certain positions, okay? But you'd balance that out with what you need to do in terms of your strength training. Does that make sense to people? Cool. That was a bit of a tangent, but that's okay. Any questions on anything? Nah, wicked. Answer them all as we're going because there's not much left, so it's just question time now. So shoot. Yep.
Examples of some of your range of movement, your breathing, your trunk exercises.
Examples? Awesome. Who has bad shoulders? Who's not flexible? Oh God. Why did I ask? At the back. You've asked a lot of questions, so you can come down here. Come on. All right, what I want you to do is face that way for me. Okay, and stand still, and then get your fingers, thumbs up, and then chuck them over the top of your head. Just pause for a second while I look at you funny. Spin round. No, that all the way around. Cool. All right, everyone have a look at that. Okay. When you look at that, what do you guys see?
A lady holding a thumbs up.
Good observation. Very good. What I'm looking for, I want to see, does that go straight above their head? Does it go straight above their head? What? Sorry? Oh, no, not right now. So when I see that, guys, I'm looking at, does that go directly up? Does it go directly up? Does it? Who thinks yes? Put your hands up. Who thinks no? Oh, geez. Look at you. I'd probably say no. Who sees in their trunk someone that hasn't stuck their butt up or lifted their chest out? Anyone see that?
What?
Okay, if she was doing this, do you see her doing that? Nah, I don't either. I see it a little bit, but I don't see a lot. So what I would be like thinking is, okay, well, this is the issue here, so we need to loosen that out so we can get more range up there. Number of different ways you can do that. You could use a peanut. Does anyone know what a peanut is?
Ooh, something you eat.
Yes, it is indeed. It's also my dog. My dog is called Peanut. But in terms of this, it's the two balls.
You eat your dog.
I don't eat my dog, no.
You eat peanut.
No, I eat peanuts. I don't eat peanut. Weird. What a weird thing to say. Peanuts are those two balls that are locked together. Does that make sense? What I would get you to do there is probably give yourself a cuddle.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. That's why I looked at you. Give yourself a cuddle, and I'd stick the peanut probably just in there. Okay? And we'll get her to do 10 deep breaths on that position. Oh, that one's tight there, isn't it? Yeah, in there. That will help release and relax, and then she can go about her business. She'll probably get a bit more range of motion, just as a quick thing. In terms of breathing, who knows how to breathe? It is not a trick question. Excellent. Everyone apparently knows how to breathe. He's going to be a fun person to have on a camp. Guys, in terms of breathing, I'll go over this very quickly for you, okay? When you can sit down. I don't know why you're still here. When you're breathing, guys, what we are looking for, if you put, everyone stand up for me. Everyone standing up, one hand on your chest, one hand on your tummy. Okay, now being aware that standing is the hardest position to do it in, normally would get you to lie down with your feet up, okay, as a start off. But what we are doing, we are going to inhale through our mouth, or nose, sorry, that's your nose, that's your mouth, inhale through your nose, okay? And as you inhale through your nose, you should feel this expand out and then that expand out. Not because you're pushing it out, okay, because you are inhaling and it just breathes out, okay? Breathe in for 5 seconds for me. 3, 2, 1, let's go. In, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold it. Now, who amongst you have your shoulders up like this and going, ugh? Buddy, 90% of you, yeah? Exhale. And out, out. That's breathe out. Good. Exhaling. You should have felt this deflate, that deflate. Inhale again. Try not to, especially you, because you're the main example. Come down here. Yeah, you. What's your name? Mackenzie. Cool, come here. Face that way. Excellent. One hand here, one hand there. Now, when you breathe, you've got to feel like that, not what you're doing right now. Okay, so deep breath out for me. Exhale, 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 exhale. In your nose. Go. See that? That's what we don't want to be doing.
What? What? Oh,
Do it again.
shoulders up.
See how it's just from here. Yeah? Do it again. See how the bottom hand doesn't come out at all? That's what we don't want to do. Did anyone think they did it right? Yeah? Come on. You can go back down. You need to work on that. Alright, let's have a look. What have you got under your jumper? You got a shirt on?
No.
Okay, well, don't worry about it.
Fighters.
No, don't worry about it. Face that way. No, that's not go away. Face that way. Hand here, hand there. And go for it. Let's have a look.
I saw shoulders come up. Shoulders lifted up.
These go out first. Yeah?
Or you should see me.
Go again. Just deep breath in and just think that you're breathing into a balloon, okay? And the balloon expands from the bottom as you breathe in, okay? Give that a go. And exhale. Better. Do it again.
Can I do it?
Everyone seeing that? See how that is different. Exhale. In. See how we're now not breathing up to here, but we're expanding out. Okay? Feel the difference? Feels different, right? Yeah, good. Go sit down. No, he definitely cannot demonstrate. Okay? Now, good news for you all, okay? I know I've skimmed over a load of things, okay? And I understand that could be like a lot more questions than answers for a lot of you guys. So what I like to do, and this is why I record it, okay, is the recording will get sent out to you guys, whoever signed the waiver. If you didn't sign the waiver, you don't get access. Not you or your parents, okay? Okay, and then the people that have also done the waiver, they'll also get access to a few of our bonus things. So our Dryland warm-ups that I send out to all my athletes, they get changed every 5 weeks. There's an Excel spreadsheet and there are video tutorials on how to do that. They get sent out to you. Our goal setting booklet and our recipe book will also get sent out to you. I will probably maybe include our guide to breathing in there as well because that seems like a problem for a lot of you.
What can we cook in a recipe book?
Whatever you like, mate. It's completely up to you. Okay? That's pretty much it from me today, guys. Boys, that's enough. Stop. I'll let you hang around for too long. Okay? If you want to contact me, you can email me at ryan@formidablestrength.com.au. You can get me on Swimming Strong or Formidable Strength and Coaching or our YouTube channel, what has all this stuff on it. Okay? Anyone got any questions before I diddle-daddly off? That is my phone. That's how I'm recording it.
Wait, diddle daddly. And recording
Right. I think Ryan went through a lot of stuff that's really important for us in our swimming today. Can anybody point out one of the main things that he talked about that we really need to work on?
Strength and conditioning. And that he can't breathe from.
Lily?
Is that correct?
Pardon? Consistency.
Yeah, nice.
Hannah?
And your sport.
Pardon?
Your sport. Health.
Work, keep swimming.
Yes.
All right, yes. Core, big time, core. And as well doing activation before your training, okay? So we already do that with a group here. Hopefully in your home programs you do it as well. So get to training 15 minutes early. And do your exercises before you jump in the pool. And then if you do activate correctly, then you have to spend less time warming up in the pool as well. So you can spend more time working on your fitness and technique and all that kind of stuff as well.
Getting fast.
Yes, Miles.
He also taught me how to breathe properly.
There you go. So we've learned a lot today, and there's a lot of lessons to take away. I think it's brilliant that you're going to send all that stuff out to them as well. So you're very lucky to have this presentation and to learn so much today. So I think we should give Ryan a big round of applause.
Thank you.